What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 14, and today we're returning with two huge away games with our Canaries as we take on Wigan and Sheffield United, both on the road. Before we play the games though, shall I know what we're getting on off camera. And of course, in the last episode, we had our 2-1 victory against Charlton and a 1-1 draw away in London against West Ham. I then played 7 games off camera, and as you can see, the run has been... well, it's been pretty mixed, to be honest, and in the Championship, that is just not going to cut it. So we started with a 0-0 draw away at St Andrews against Birmingham for a 1-0 victory against Stoke, where we scraped the victory in this game. Timu Puki scoring a late goal, which I actually thought we got away with. I thought it was offside, but thankfully the linesman kept his flag down. The sun was shining on Carrow Road in that day, so got away with that one really, as we won the game by a 1-0. But following that, 3 games without a win, and 3 games which should have been all wins, starting with a 1-1 draw against Hull City, who at the time had the worst form in the division. We were taking them on at Carrow Road. They took the lead 21 minutes in, and we were bailed out for an 87th minute penalty from Buendia. Shocking result there at home, and then a 1-1 draw away at the Den against Millwall as well. Adam Ida making it 1-0 just past the hour mark, but 2 minutes later, I've said it before, we just can't defend, and particularly set pieces. Murray Wallace heads in the corner as the Lions get a point, and then following that, surely the final straw in this game. I mean, seriously, I was absolutely raging at this point. Away from home at the John Smith Stadium against Huddersfield Town, we just only had the 1 win in our last 5 games. I thought this is the game we get back on track. Buendia makes it 1-0 early, then Huddersfield scored 2 goals late on in the game to make it 2-1, so they're in front now. Ida makes it 2-2 a couple minutes later, so back on level terms as we were pushing and pressing and looking for a late winning goal. Jamal Lewis surrenders possession, lazy pass behind try ball. The Terriers go on the break, and Steve Mounier, Proudy legend, makes it 3-2 as Huddersfield Town get the victory right at the death. So just a 1 win in 6 games for Norwich City. Absolutely atrocious. Things needed to change, and therefore a week later at home to Preston, I decided to change the tactics, which, you know, knowing me, is obviously going to be a recipe for disaster. But I changed the tactics because the gegenpress system wasn't doing it for me. The control possession style wasn't doing it for me. So I went to a counter-attacking 5-3-2, and I couldn't believe it. We won this game by 3-0. Ida scoring a penalty, then Ajorque making it 2-0 58 minutes in, and then Todd Cantwell scoring late on after an Ajorque cross made it 3-0. So back to winning ways with the tactic change, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to do it again. Tuesday night at home to Derby County, and we won by 5-0 playing the same system. Ben Godfrey making it 1-0 9 minutes in, and then Ludovic Ajorque, this French striker in the past 2 games, 4 goals and an assist as well. He grabbed a hat-trick in this game in 16 minutes, between minutes 60 and 76, as he got all 3 goals in the second half. 3 of our 4 goals in the second half, as in stoppage time, Emi Buendia wrapped up the points, wrapped up the rout, made it 5-0, latching onto a nice through ball and a cool finish from the Argentine. So yes, back-to-back wins playing a counter-attacking 5-3-2, and that's why right now in the Championship, as you can see, with Ida still leading the way in the race for the Golden Boot, with 7 games to go right now, we are top of the tree, but it's very tight indeed. We're currently 14 points clear of Middlesbrough in 7th, so playoffs are a guarantee. The worst we'll do this season is finish in the playoffs somewhere, but we're 3 points ahead of Nottingham Forest. They don't have the game in hand, but my main concern right now is Blackburn Rovers. Right now sat in 3rd place. They're 5 points behind us, but with 2 games in hand and one of the best forms in the division, they've got a really good chance of going all the way and winning the title this season. So yeah, 7 games to go. Destiny in our own hands, but it's very, very tight at the top, and I think it's going to come down to the wire this season. Just before the first game today, I do want to show you guys something very good indeed. Some really good news as we close out the season. On Thursday, as you could see, I had this article given to me as I was reading the paper in my office in the morning. Emi Buendia happy to stay at Norwich. Following speculation over his Norwich future, unpredictable, that's right, attacking midfielder Emi Buendia has revealed he is now set to stay at Carrow Road. Buendia had previously expressed doubts about remaining at the club, but with promotion now extremely likely, he's expected to remain with Norwich for the foreseeable future. Oh yes, Emi Buendia, he's removed his transfer request, so there might still be loads of interest from big teams here, but it seems for now we're going to be keeping Buendia, and I'm buzzing brilliant about that, because, you know, I know a lot of you guys have been saying you should just cash in on the guy, you'll get a lot of money for him in the Championship, but again, there's no reason to do that. First of all, there's no player we could get that's even half as good as Buendia right now, and secondly, again, we hold all the cards. He's got another 3 years left on his deal on an extremely low contract. There will be no reason to cash in on him, and now it looks like we won't need to, so I'd like with that. However, if we do end up choking away promotion, I'll tell you this right now, Buendia will not be here next season, and that is a guarantee. So yeah, first game of 2 in today's episode. We're away at Wigan Athletic, who right now is sat in that 6th and final playoff place, so a really big game here for both teams, as they're desperate to cling on player football, and we're desperate to cling on to top spot, and hopefully we'll make it 3 wins from 3, and as you'll see, I am going to play the 5-3-2 once again. This is a tactical, fluid counter-attacking tactical style that was a preset, and I thought I'd give it a go, and I can't believe it. We've won 2 straight even, using the system, and let's see if we make it 3 straight. So, this will be our team for the game then. 3-0 in goal, back 5 of Lewis, Bushiri, Holding, and Godfrey with a slight knock, and Max Aarons. Midfield trio is Tribal, Fernandez, and Harrison Reed, and up top, Adam Ida, and the man in form right now, Ludovic Ajorque. On the bench, Kraft, Barham, Thompson, Eze, Buendia, Dembele, and Brewster as well. So, first game, it's Wigan away. Let's see if we can make it 3 wins from 3 using a 5-3-2. Come on, you Canaries. I know that the board won't be overly happy with the style of football we're playing right now, because one of my sort of manager promises, if you will, is that I play, oh, what a great save by Farines, play a possession style of football. However, I'm happy to sacrifice that right now, because what we need more than good football is points on the board. So it's still 0-0, but the first chance coming to Wigan. This is the danger of playing this system here. We do invite a lot of pressure and a lot of attacks on our goal. And as we know, since we can't defend, that's always a worry. As the hosts go down left-hand side, and Morty's going to whip it into the centre. And Massey's head hits the post and hits Farines and goes behind for a corner. It's still 0-0, but all the early pressure coming from the hosts. Action-packed start to the game here, 90 minutes in with Max Aarons on the ball, and that's a poor pass. And now Wigan can come on a counter-attack. We have not started this game off well, and I want to stick with this system because it's got us our last 2 wins. However, right now we're inviting a lot of pressure, and we can't stand up to it because we simply can't defend this season. 1-0 to the host, Kiefer Moore connecting with a cross, and Wigan take the lead. We might have won our last 2 games, don't get me wrong, but our form in recent weeks has been literally atrocious. Matthew's cross headed in by Moore, and 1-0 to the host, 90 minutes in. I think I might go back to the possession style of play before half-time here. Worked in our last 2 games, but today, unfortunately, it's coming undone. Or it should have been 2. Surely I can't keep it up like this, because at the moment, we're definitely going to concede a second. It's only a matter of time before Wigan get a second, unless I change things here. But as Reed wins it back, this is what we can do with this system. He finds Ida. Oh, yes. And Adam Ida drills in. This is the one thing we can do playing this way, and that's hit our opponents when they surrender possession. Wigan give it away cheaply, and Harrison Reed, what a ball that was. And Adam Ida said in the last episode, he loves a selfie, he loves the games on camera, latches onto it, and what a finish that is into the bottom corner. Back on level terms, 1-1. Fucking love Adam Ida, man. And I said at the start of the season I wanted 30 goals from our number 9 this season, and I'm not sure if he's going to get there, but he'll certainly be close to it come the end of the campaign. No doubt about that, as Godfrey sends it along, and here he is. It's that man again. His ears are burning, and Evans makes the save as he turns behind for a corner. Still 1-1. Very lively first half this. You know, in these games where there's so much at stake for both teams, there can often be letdowns, but today, absolutely not. Really good action-packed first half. 45 minutes to go. I think someone's going to win this, and based on the stats, you'd favour the host, but with our counter-attacking style of play, I think we could possibly nick it against a run of play. So I'm going to say to the boys here at half-time, unlucky, things just haven't gone right for us so far, although I will individually criticise the defence and the midfield as well, and Ajorque too. Second half to come, and again, I think there's another goal in this. I think someone is going to win it. Tribal to Aarons out wide. First chance falling early in the second half as Reed plays a great through ball. It's that man. Oh, selfless. I mean, I'd love to see ordinarily, but Ludovic, you're the man in form right now. Had you in the last game, go for goal, son. Go for goal. Golden chance there as Lewis finds Fernandez. Oh, off the bar. What a save. And now Ajorque, he's the chance alive. Aarons, Reed. Oh, Ajorque straight to goalkeeper. What a start. Free kick for Wigan. Windass floats it in. Oh, it's a penalty. What is it about this Norwich team and defending? We are so atrocious at the back. Penalty for the host, Moore to take it, and he drills it in. Wigan back in front, spell of pressure, and unfortunately it counts for nothing. Wigan go in front, and they take the lead again. So that's changed to our normal control possession style of play as we go very attacking for the final 10 minutes in search of a late equalising goal. Eze is on, Dembele is on, Buendia is on, but I don't think it's going to make a blind bit of difference. Wigan are going to get the 3 points unless we can find a late equalising goal, and Lord knows I will take it. Our run of form's not being great, but I'll take every point we can get right now. Adamida's shot saved, and Wigan clear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Huge defeat this here. Worked so well in our last 2 games. 3-0 against Preston, 5-0 against Derby, but today simply wasn't the right system to play. It's game over. Jamal Lowe makes it 3-1. Fuck, man. We are going to throw away automatic promotion, and I don't fancy our chances in the playoffs at all. 3-1, game's done. Just get to full time. Jeez, man. And because of how tight it is as well, as Buendia makes it 3-2, we could see the season come down to goal difference come the end of the campaign. We could miss out of automatic promotion on goal difference. That is a genuine possibility. Max with a cross, Buendia off the bench heads it in and makes it 3-2. There's not enough time for us to salvage a point here. We are still going to lose. But unfortunately, as you can see, we will stay top, but Blackburn will still have the 2 games in hand. So very damaging defeat there, and I'm so glad we're about to go into an international break, because when you look at our form of late, yes, I know we won the 2 games prior to this one, but this is an atrocious run. Just 4 wins since the end of January. That's not going to cut it in the Championship. The only saving grace to this result is that the other teams today slipped up as well. Bristol City lost at home to Middlesbrough by 1-0. Huddersfield beat Blackburn by 2-1. And Nottingham Forest were held to a goalless draw away at the Cassam. So only Nottingham Forest were able to pick up a point. Us, Blackburn and Bristol City all tasted defeat today. So 6 games to go. And as things stand, we're still top of the table. Blackburn still have those 2 games in hand. But it is a bad defeat. We've been on a poor run of form. But we still have destiny in our own hands. And just before we dive into our second and final game of today's episode, we have just had our annual new youth intake, where, as you could see, our best player appears to be a right winger called Ali Ralph with 4 determination. And his personality says he has low determination. Wow. There's one thing I have noticed a lot this year is that a ton of youth players have really low determination. And I don't really know why that is, but he appears to be our best player this season. Is he going to be as good as the likes of Karamoko Dembele and Emi Buendia? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, that's our youth intake there. And if you're new to my channel, 15 determination, lovely. If you're new to my channel, you'll find out very quickly. It is very rare I get anyone even half decent from my youth intake year in, year out. I just never seem to get the luck with youth players. Oh, and I think I just saw, Jap Stam has just left us as well. God, Yap. Come on, mate, you can't leave us right now. We've got 6 games to go in the Championship, and you've taken over at Cardiff. I know you'd rather be a manager than a coach, but, mate, seriously? We're struggling defensively. I need you right now. Good news here, though. Brentford, they've just beaten Blackburn Rovers by 1-0 at Ewood Park, so that means that they can cut the gap on Nottingham Forest to goal difference and leapfrog them into second, but they can't overtake us now. Thank you very much, Brentford. Last minute penalty keeps them in the playoff race and us still top regardless. But we shouldn't be in this situation, though. This is embarrassing. Like, in order to get out of the Championship, I need other teams to do me favours. This is embarrassing. I mean, we have got the best team in the division, and the only way we go up is if other teams slip up. Just pathetic. So here we go, second and final game of today's episode. Lord knows we need a win right now on a very rough patch of form, and the other games to look out for today are Bristol City at home to Charlton, that should be a banker. Nottingham Forest away at Aston Villa should be a banker, and also Blackburn away at Rotherham should also be a banker. So we need to match their results today and get a win in what right now is a very, very tight league table. There is such a strong chance we will drop into the playoffs before the final day. Got to make sure we win our remaining fixtures before that clash away at Ashton Gate against Bristol City, which is going to be so huge. So yeah, heading to the game, going to go back to our 4-2-3-1 control possession style of play. Still no one injured heading into the game, and this will be our lineup with a couple of changes to our team. Freenez remains in goal. The back four is now Lewis, Grant Hanley, because we need an old school centre back to help us defend better. Ben Godfrey and Max Aarons with Tribal and Gelson through the middle. Ize's on the left, Dembele's on the right, right, and Buendia supports Ida up top. And on the bench, Kraft, Holding, Byron, Reed, Ben Thompson, Brewster, and Ludwig Ajorque as well. Lord knows we need a return to winning ways. Come on, you Canaries. Can't drop out at the top two. We can't drop out of the top two today, so regardless of what happens, we'll still be in automatic promotion places, but we can lose our lead at the top of the table. There's Nottingham Forest already take an early lead. As things stand, we are going to drop to second, and we definitely will if we lose this one. Sheffield Wednesday in front. Blackburn have just taken lead at Rotherham as well. My goodness gracious me. We are absolutely choking it. Oh yes, Rotherham, well done, equalising there at home to Blackburn. But again, we shouldn't be in this position. We shouldn't need other teams to slip up in order for us to go up. We are choking this away so goddamn badly. Try with a tackle, and away we go on the break. Come on, Emmy. Turn on the afterburners. Down the left-hand side. What can you do? He's beaten Pedro Porro. What a run. Oh, good save by Dawson and turn behind for a corner. Come on. Choke, 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 choke. Honestly, not one bit surprised. Oh, just give him a second goal. Off the line by Jamal. Just give them the points. What has happened to this Norwich team? We were fine in January. And since then, what is it, 3 wins since January? Ridiculous. I don't think these players want to be here, and it's as simple as that. I think there's a lot of these players that just don't want to be at this club anymore. A lot of players just can't be bothered with this Canaries team. As Pedro Porro plays it in. Oh, you are absolutely joking. Put us in the playoffs. Put us in the playoffs. I actually can't believe it. Reach down the right-hand side, whips it in to Pedro Porro, and I don't even... My goodness. Grant Hanley, because we need an old school centre-back to help us defend better. Nottingham Forest are now 3-1 up at Villa Park, which means that they're going to go top. Blackburn have still got the game in hand on us. Wigan are only going to be 3 points behind as Ida is denied by Dawson. It's playoffs. There's no doubt about it. We are heading to the playoffs. There is nothing wrong with our attacking movement. We get a lot of chances. And we are one of the top scorers in the division, if not still the top scorers in the division. But what on earth is wrong with our defence? I literally just cannot understand. I'm going to get aggressive as well. Very, very aggressive. I'm not happy with the result. Why can't we defend? I can't understand it. We've got such a good back line. Yet we leak goals left, right and centre. Oh, Rotherham have done us a huge favour with a late winner there at Blackburn. But... Bristol City, where are Bristol City? Oh, they lost as well. Nottingham Forest did win though, so they've gone top. And I assume, yeah, Wigan won as well. So they've cut the gap to us on 3 points. Other teams are slipping up and keeping us in the top 2. But it shouldn't come down to that. We shouldn't need that. But at the moment we do. Back-to-back defeats today. And again, look at this run since January. 4 wins since January. 4 wins since January. And now we're into early April. I can't believe this. Our defence is just utter pits. And I'll tell you what, whether we go up next season or for next season or not, I'm tempted to sell my entire back line. Because this is absolutely atrocious. We're the top scorers in the Championship still, by 9 goals now, even though we didn't score in that last game. So going forward and putting the ball in the back of the net, there's no problem. We don't need to play Brewster or Pookie or Ajorque because Ida, top scorer in the division, knows how to get it done. We create a lot of chances as well, but defensively, look at that. That is utterly pathetic. 44 goals conceded in 41 games. That's mid-table. That is utterly atrocious. That's wank. That's shit. That's fucking awful. And I'll tell you this, if we do go up or not, I don't care. I'm changing the back line next season because something needs to change big time. Because right now, the boys in the back simply aren't doing the job for us. It's just awful. I don't know why I just did that. But that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching if you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, despite the back-to-back defeats, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will play these 3 games off camera and come back with the final 2. We're away at Ashton Gate against Bristol City, who they themselves are choking it away as well. And then at home to Reading on the final day too, where, I mean, as things stand, based on current form, Norwich City are probably going to be heading to the playoffs. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.